My name is Chris Smith, and I'm an applications engineer with the manufacturing team here at Cadline. Today, we're going to take a look at our improved DynamicETO, or Engineer to Order, web-based application and how it can help improve your company processes using information you already have in your design data. Today's demonstration will assume that we are a floor finishing machine manufacturer, and that this particular concrete finisher is one of our more popular models. It is highly configurable and represents a large percentage of our turnover. As designers, we already have access to powerful automation tools like iLogic that help speed up the design process by creating different configurations of our products based on rules we provide during model creation, as well as forms to allow us to quickly change the specified parameters that are driven by these rules. Although this is an excellent tool, it still leaves the responsibility of creating different configurations for customers in the hands of the design engineers, which is a low-value operation and takes them away from more high-value operations like new product development. With DynamicETO, we can upload these configured models to the online platform, and with a little background setup, we can specify which parameters will be available so that only the configurations predefined within the rules can be selected. On average, a designer would take between 1 and 3 days to complete all the modelling and documentation for these customer proposals. With DynamicETO, we aim to reduce this time to less than 2 minutes. I can open the software using a bookmark link and log into the system. When we get into the application, we can see our homepage has a list of available products down the left-hand side, and I can simply scroll down to find the concrete finisher that I'm going to use for today's example. We can see our product in the viewer window, and as mentioned earlier, the application uses Forge Viewer, so the standard Forge Viewer tools like Pan, Zoom, Orbit and Measure tools are available. To configure a new product, we click the 3 cogwheels icon, and then, as prompted, start selecting the options for our configuration. As we look through these options, we can see that the available changes reflect some of the parameters we had in the iLogic form. We can make a couple of changes and click the Generate button at the bottom to create our configuration, as well as additional important files and documents. The application then runs through the changes in the background and updates the model appropriately. The model updates in the viewer window, reflecting the inputs we specified. We can then select the download area of the application to move to the next step. We see here the inputs we specified for our new configuration and some options down at the bottom. We can view the quote, that again reflects the inputs that we had chosen, and a price. The price is calculated in iLogic using a rule. By clicking Download Quote, we can get the quote in PDF format, using a template to ensure consistent documentation and removing the need for manual quoting, again releasing time from low-value operations. You can also download a PDF copy of the drawing for the new configuration. And there is an option to view the bill of materials of the new configuration, and the bill of materials can be downloaded in CSV format for use in other software packages. There is an option to send the configuration to an ERP system, and the final options are to download the configuration model files and place an order for the configuration. When the salesperson confirms the order in DynamicETO, they have an option for special requests. For this example, I'm going to ask for a small change to the trowel hubs to show both the option to request the modification here in DynamicETO and a workflow to request and track the change in-house. Clicking the link to open in browser takes us to the Autodesk Viewer web application where we can review the product. There are some basic view manipulation tools like Pan and Orbit, section tools and explode tools, but what I would like to do here is mark up the shared view before sending it to the appropriate version. To be able to mark up the model, I first need to log in using my Autodesk account. I'll click the Sign In button in the top right of the window and follow the prompts to sign in. Once we're signed in, we see the view window refresh and a markup button has appeared on the toolbar. Clicking Markup opens the Markup Tools menu, and I can quickly highlight the area on the model with a cloud box and some text. When the Save button is clicked, a new Comments panel opens to show any comments associated with the model, and we can see that the markup I just created has been added to the comments.